everyone's all, you know, they're nice and kind of a monochrome color, and then you just have Masha. Hey, welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we picked up Masha the Lapidus, our last DLC character, and we also got some nice amiibo rewards. And this time, well, I said at the end of last time that we were going to go and start taking care of the city's side quests. I'm actually going to change course on that. What I'm going to do instead is we are going to grab our next two heroes, because, well, we do have some that are available to us. As for where... I do not remember which two of these quest events it is. I'm pretty sure this is one of them. We just have the... We are mainly looking for the two... Again, we're looking for the two hero quests. And I don't know which order we're going to go in, but we are going to take care of both of our final available hero quests for the time being. And these will be the last... Oh, yeah. We'll have one more hero who... I don't remember if they're unlocked through story progression, or if it's a similar thing to Monica, where... It's Gondor. I'm going to say that. I don't remember if it's a case where she... where you just get her as a hero right away, or if it's a... or if you have another quest afterwards. Okay, I do know which one this is. And this one is quite the class. We have Migro's Rosary, or however you would pronounce that first one, because we got a lot going on. But, no... Ooh.
All under control.
No, we will play as Uni.
This is our first time here, isn't it?
We're at Controck Beach.
Wait up. I heard something. What is it, Mimi? Ah! A Mananasi person on ground! Stay with me. We'll patch you right up. I have to help everyone. Ugh. Stop moving. You don't understand. I promised them. Said I'd keep them safe. If I'm the only one that survives, then it's all been for nothing. I have to go.
Oi, don't be a clod.
Huh? I'm not?
Oh, what? You're really serious then? How are you gonna save anyone when you can barely stand yourself? You got a death wish or something?
Let's break it down. As I see it, you have two options here. You can go in and try to save them by yourself.
Or you can let us pitch in. Which one of those strikes you as the better idea, eh?
You want to help me?
I don't know. That depends. But I wouldn't be in such a hurry to throw my life away. Being ready to die and actively trying to get yourself killed are two very different things.
It's just a quick patch-up, but it should help you think straight. Sorry about Lance and his threatening display of idiocy.
What's threatening?
You missed the point.
I did not miss the... Oh.
Look, you can relax. We're all friends here. Would you mind telling us what's going on? Yeah, okay. There was a Kavesi raid. There was no time. I had to cause a diversion, so I leapt in without a second thought. After that, it's all a blur. That was pretty reckless of you.
Remind Riku of someone Riku know?
Oh?
Whatever the case may be, we had best hurry. Judging by the situation, your allies were likely forced apart and are now fighting alone.
It really sounds like it would help to have some numbers on your side, no?
For now, let's take the best course of action we can. We can hash out the details later. The best course? My name is Fiona. I am the commander of Colony Mu. I know this might be a lot to ask, seeing as we've just met. But please, lend me your strength. I need to save my people.
And so we get Fiona in the party, and the quest Transparent Dreams.
Always nice to see a new face.
Hold on, everyone. I'm on my way.
There you go. New colony data.
One thing I kind of forgot about, both of the hero quests here have lands as the class inheritor, which is going to be interesting, but we'll work with that.
Please, there's no time to spare. Let's hurry.
Then we will eventually get to use Masha and the like, but it seems like one group didn't make it.
Summer. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have been alone.
Let's send her on. Her voice deserves to be heard.
All right.
We can't leave it like this.
And unlike a lot of the hero quests, this one starts up on like really dire straits. Like some of them we've had, you know, it's we've been ambushed by someone, but it's really fine. They wanted to get free of this anyways. Right now, it's like, all right, colony's under attack. We need to help them out right now. And also, just being transparent about the commander right away helps. Negro's Rosary is a pretty weird, I guess, archipelago to navigate. There's a lot going on, but it's not.
I was stronger.
It's not as
Stay
bad.
focused. It's not over yet.
There's just, it's a lot of small islands just all connected to each other. And we're gonna just run past you. Excuse me, Mr. Arden. As it seems like another group didn't make it.
Sean. You kept everyone safe. It must have hurt so much.
Fiona, leave the rest to us.
Yes. Thank you.
So we send another group off. And this kind of brings me to a point that, honestly, I hadn't really realized until heading further on into this. I like the Agnian heroes a lot more than the Kavesi ones. I think the Kavesi ones are fine, but I just find a lot of the Agnian ones a lot more interesting. Fiona's a really... I do like Fiona a lot as a character. Juniper is probably my favorite of the hero characters, which is definitely not something that you usually hear, but I just really like... I like Juniper. But yeah, a lot of the Agnian characters are really cool. And the Kavesi ones they're fine as well, but...
Hey, are you alright? Crying isn't gonna change anything. Noah, Mio, would you mind taking care of everyone?
We can't leave it like this.
I mean, yeah, the Kavesi ones kind of just underwhelm me a bit, which is really a shame, but still, really good characters all around. Like, I don't think any of them are bad characters. It's just I prefer the Agnian ones over the Kavesi ones. And also, Fiona is a very sad character. I mean, you can already kind of tell by the fact that, you know, all we've seen so far in her hero quest is her colony dead, and she's unable to help them. So, not exactly great optics for her.
I don't want to lose them.
But it looks like we at least got a group still standing.
Well, this was entertaining. Quite a contest.
Indeed. And it ended with your loss.
Irma!
What took you?
Sorry. How's everyone?
Fiona! Oh, Fifi, I was so worried about you. We're surrounded. And pretty badly depleted.
Men, aim for that banner. It's their commander, Fiona.
Dream on, mother!
We should go.
All of us. Yes. We didn't ask for these outsiders. This is still our fight.
But the wounded...
Ah, it's nothing. We're good. Yeah, we're fine. Stop fighting fit. Relax, Fifi. You worry far too much. In Colony Mu, we fight as one. Right, folks?
You guys... Trust your crew.
Trust yourself. Trust in victory.
All hearts as one! We'll make it! Together!
Yeah!
This is just actually a collection of child soldiers. But you know what? That's fine. That doesn't really... Yeah, that's pretty par for the course, honestly. And then we can... We got a lot of aggro on us right now. We're just taking a lot of damage, but still are managing it pretty well. This could be a class that could actually work really well with some of the Nipponic champion abilities, if we take as much damage as we do. Fiona is a healer class, which is pretty nice for us. Healer heroes are pretty good just to have the extra revive support. Always something that can be a little bit nice to have. And let's move on to taunt you. Doesn't seem like it. And we can do a smash. Long time since we've been able to see a smash go through. We're not gonna do a chain attack. I don't want to do too much overkill. Although we are at the point where we're not terribly, or actually under-leveled, to be honest. But we'll take care of things. We'll probably do that when we'll do that for bosses and unique monsters. And again, we're getting close to when unique monsters are actually a thing for us to deal with.
Sparks! Too strong!
Retreat! Retreat!
We made it!
Fiona! Fifi!
Irma! All of you! You pulled through! Thank you!
Come on now, of course we did! We made a promise, right? Come what may, we'll always be together.
Lance! Everybody! Thank you so much for saving our lives!
Whoa! Alright, steady on. We're not deaf.
You were just gonna walk away! I couldn't let you go without a proper thank you. Even if you're Ouroboros, the betrayers.
Hang on.
No. No need to explain. You're our saviors.
That's right. You even healed our wounded.
Yeah, you don't look like baddies to me.
Exactly.
And I noticed that when we were fighting side by side, you guys all trust one another. That's why...
You've made up your mind, have you, Fiona?
Yeah. That's why I want to try trusting too. I want to destroy our flame clock. Would you mind doing us this one last favor?
It's hardly a problem for us, but why the sudden request?
We heard about a liberated colony from Nopon travelers. That's what got me thinking. There should be more to life than spending it fighting all the time. Being ready to die and actively trying to get yourself killed are two very different things.
Sounds to me like you've been mulling it over.
This has to change. I want to change myself. And I want to change the way things are.
Good on you.
Looks like you got it figured out.
You'll trust me.
That's the same look you gave us when we first met. You'll do anything to protect your friends, won't you?
All right then. Let's make tracks for Colony Mew.
That is, if she didn't still seem to be having second thoughts. Care to tell us why?
Oh, you noticed? Well, that makes things easier. There are two major stumbling blocks. The first is that you'll have to somehow outwit the consul. And second, that only that consul knows the location of the flame clock under discussion.
Huh? How can you not know?
The one you see right now? That's just a fake.
Fake? How's that then?
Oh, but the consul isn't here right now. This might be the right time to act.
Fiona, this isn't the place to be having this conversation.
Ah, right. Sorry.
In any case, let's talk details at the colony. Our people are on their last legs. We'll need time to get back to strength.
Please, take this. I'm happy you were able to send everyone on their way. It really helped me to be a little more positive. Thank you so much. Sorry about all the urgent requests. We'll be waiting for you at Colony Mew. Don't keep us waiting too long.
Always nice to see a new face.
I'm not sure what happens or if it's even possible to get to this without doing the sending off, but why would you want to? Fiona already has it rough enough as is. Oh, I feel so bad for Fiona.
This is our first time.
She just wants to be a good commander, but everyone keeps dying. And trust me, we'll see throughout this episode.
Would you believe it?
It does not get better for her.
Sorry, this is all way over my head. But if you want to spend all that time mulling it over, well, I'm sure she's onto something.
Always nice to see a new face.
Gotta make sure we get all the dialogue. Because I actually don't know if I don't imagine they'll change or they'll have the same dialogue after we bust the flame clock.
Those warhounds the Kevis soldiers bring out, I just wish they wouldn't. I'm not good at fighting when surrounded. Don't get me wrong, I love animals, just not those
Always
ones.
Nice to see a new face.
And luckily the wall is high enough to jump down. Well, it's low enough to jump down that we don't die.
Oh hi, are you looking for Fiona? I think she might be at the flower patch. Go west from here and you'll see it.
Huh. Would you believe it?
Still do want to go and examine everyone else. There's the canteen here. I'll go through and forget the thing.
Tel's a great guy. Never a kinder chap will you meet. But he's also, how shall I put it, not quite all there. A few sparks short of a full clock, you know what I mean. But don't get me wrong, it's kind of endearing.
Always nice to see a new face.
We meet you and you already shit-talk one of your fellow colony mates. Just lovely. I'm sure you're popular with people. I don't know, over here there's Ayase.
Irma's a real tough nut, huh? Like, uncrackable. Be blunt, and first even pushed Fiona away, if you can believe that. Fiona never gave up. And I guess something in Irma responded to that, and hey, now they're best friends. Isn't that awesome? She was so prickly at first. Fiona's got a gift, pure and simple.
Always nice to see a new face.
Thanks for coming. It's nice to see you again. If you're looking for Fiona, she's probably at the flower patch. It's over on the other side.
Then we can keep on looking along through here. I think I've probably missed on some dialogue from, like, you know, these moments where it's before the flame clock is busted, but like, I'm pretty sure I missed Iota dialogue on that. We'll pick up the loot later. Right now we just want to get dialogue. We can explore the area a little bit. We've got the viewing deck with the Pharaonis right here, although sounds like the Pharaonis might be not actually there. The flame clock, at the very least, is not real, according to Irma, but no use in trying. If we look at our flame clock on the side, something that we never really have to pay attention to because it is very unimportant. Colony Mew is a gold colony. The only one in the game, I believe. I think that's... It looks gold to me, at the very least. I don't know if it's actually marked as a gold colony, but it looks gold to me. And if it is the case, then Mew is the only gold colony in the entire game. There's only 3 colonies left. Kind of. That's a bunch of weird details later on. We'll get Mew with the highest ranking colony. I think Iota's the next highest at silver, and I don't know if there's any other silver. I think it's just Iota's the only silver. To get to the bed of woes and wishes.
Wow! Such flower power! Manana flubbered!
Everyone! We've been waiting for you.
This is awesome! Did you guys make this?
I suppose we did. Whenever we say farewell to a friend, we plant flower seeds. They kept growing over time, and before we knew it, we had this.
It's beautiful, but to think of all the departed.
Standing still spells death. If we can't achieve victory, there will be no tomorrow. But still, we didn't want to forget that they were all here once.
So that's why you're getting all teary-eyed.
What? No. It's just the pollen.
It doesn't take much to get Commander Boohoo here going.
Irma?
Looks like you're taking a lot on your shoulders. Doesn't it weigh you down?
A little. I just wish I wasn't such a weakling.
You can put the burden down whenever you want, you know. You can still choose to keep things the same as always. I wouldn't think any less of you if you did. Neither would anyone else here.
I love you for saying that, Irma. Just like I love everyone here, and Colony Mew, where I met you all. And ever since I realized that, tomorrow stopped looking so dark. And that's exactly why I can't run away from my responsibility.
I get it. Whatever happens, I trust in you.
And I trust you too.
Fiona, Irma. All the squad leaders have assembled. We can start the meeting at your convenience.
Understood. I'll be right there.
Oh, but before that, Fifi... Checkle ambush! Coochie coochie coo!
Stop it!
Loosen up, Fifi. Get it all out here.
Yep, now she's back to herself.
We're waiting in the square.
Why? I'll get you back, you'll see. Run away!
It's hard to imagine that the console will make it easy for us with the flame clock. Someone will surely pay for this with their life. Again. Please, do whatever you can to make sure it's not Fiona. Always nice to see a new face.
Oh, Fiona. Like, even this beautiful looking area.
Would you believe it?
Sad. Why is everything with Fiona so sad?
Flame clock or no flame clock, make no difference for Gugu. But those who understand pain it brought, pain of saying goodbyes to many friends when life sucked away. Still Gugu understand reason my friends want to destroy.
Couple more people to talk to. Wait a minute, you guys are supposed to be at the meeting!
We've lost so many friends and it's made me realize something. Making it through the day to see your friends again tomorrow is a miracle. A gift. But since Fiona's waiting for an even greater miracle, how could we not give her full support? No, I'm not really a huge fan of myself sometimes. Fighting scares me a lot, so rather than slow my friends down, I always want to run and hide. But then Fiona already says she'll be right by her side, so she gets my full support. Even if I'm a big scaredy cat. Do it for Fifi. And like, the fact that this is, you know, at least it's mostly children. We've seen a couple of, you know, more adult people around, but if we check out our affinity chart and go into Mew, you know, 5th term, 2nd term, like, you know, 7th term, but it seems like most people are, you know, a lot of people around their 4th terms, you know. You do not have many old people. A lot of 4s and 5s for their term. So it's a very young colony. And yet they've dealt with a lot. Why did they have to make Colony Mew so sad? Especially, like, Fiona's fighting through it all. I mean, sunsets are beautiful in this game, and just in general, but oh my god, sunsets in Xenoblade are so good. Oh my god. I love this game. So I'm so glad I'm doing this Let's Play. I love this game so much.
Are we seriously gonna do it now? Those Gavesi dudes are still loitering around.
Who's loitering again?
God, he's huge!
Sounded like someone was having a bit of a whinge. We all good here?
We're great. Right, Tallow?
Right, Chief. No whinging here.
Say again?
Nothing to say, really.
Huh. I'll take your word for it.
Time is of the essence. Sorry to rush, but can we get straight to the point?
What should we talk about first?
Well, we have a lot of things that we can ask about, so we might not ask about everything.
You said the colony's flame clock was a fake. What did you mean by that?
Wow, pretty blunt, huh? Honestly, we don't really know any more beyond the fact that it's a fake.
Since we never use it anyway, yeah?
When it's close to running dry, we get orders from the console to go out and fight.
Well, what is it for then?
Do you think maybe there's some weird advantage to it? Like, maybe the colony's rank is really high, but it makes it look lower, to get enemies to underestimate us.
Or the exact opposite. Actually, we're bottom tier, but it looks a lot higher to intimidate people.
Oh yeah, it could be that.
Well, your actual strength doesn't change, so it'd be pretty obvious once you get down to it.
And also, supplies from the castle are allocated based on rank. Could we see your supplies? That would give us a good idea of where you fall, rank-wise.
Nico's on warehouse detail. And I'm Nico. I'll get things ready for your inspection.
Alright, well, they don't even know what rank they are.
You said nobody knows where your real flame clock is except the consul. How are we supposed to find it then?
I don't suppose we could just ask the consul? Oh, come on! Why the huge sigh? I was just asking. Someone had to ask.
Well, it has to be somewhere, or the status quo wouldn't be maintained. If you fight, the flame clock must fill up. Suppose you were to harvest a large pool of life in a short time.
Oh, it would flow into the real clock.
I'd like to investigate any large-scale combat engagements you may have experienced. If we're lucky, someone may have witnessed some signs of the flame clock's operation.
Can we take a look into your past battle records? Of course. I'll have them delivered to you.
Alright, so always good to just learn a little bit more.
If the current flame clock is fake, what happens when your rank goes up?
As far as I know, I don't think that's ever happened.
Wait, you're joking? You've always been on the same level?
Nico, that's me. Heard something from the consul one time. She said to tough it out and do exactly as instructed, and everything would be all right.
Oh? I was told something else. People only see what they want to see, I think it was.
Meaning?
Meaning nobody actually wants to see how much is left on their clock, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if you knew, you'd just stress out over it constantly.
A little more stressing wouldn't go amiss in your case, Tallow, you turkin head.
What? Why'd you gotta call me names?
Just cause.
Wow.
Well, we don't know exactly what the consul intended. But she must have had something in mind to go to these lengths rigging the contraption.
It does seem a little bit weird to obscure the rank.
You said the consul was away. Do you know how long for?
Tell you bluntly, we don't know either.
She's always disappearing, going off on one special mission or another.
In that case, she could be back at any time.
I'm sorry that the answer isn't very useful.
This all sounds like kind of a big deal. It doesn't bother you?
It's nothing special. We don't normally talk much about it.
She just sends us down broad stroke orders, like, go defeat those guys. Send a team to this location.
Yeah. The only time she spoke normally was that one time, wasn't it? You know, the time when Fiona became commander. Yuck. Do we have to talk about that?
About what?
When the previous commander died, Fiona clung to the consul's knees. Started saying that the way we fought was making everyone miserable.
Yeah, it turned into a whole, like, debate. Until the consul was like, fine then, you try and change it. And made Fiona the commander.
What? Just like that?
I know, it was a twisted kind of punishment. But now I've got everyone else tangled up in this mess.
Whatever. We know you just want the best for us, Fifi.
That's why you get yourself in such a tizzy.
And that's why we want to support you in turn. You're good, Fiona. Better than you know.
Thanks, guys.
Punishing someone with a promotion? That's so bizarre.
I just want to give Fiona a hug.
So, this whole clock-breaking thing's kind of a sudden development, yeah? I wanted to ask how you lot feel about all this. We know how Fiona feels, but are you all okay with what we're about to do?
Honestly, I just want Fiona to be able to relax, like not have to carry all this responsibility. That's so kind of you.
Even if we do this, people will still die.
Yeah, but if they do, it will be because of their own failure. That's not the same. She carries the banner for us, and it's because of us that it's so heavy.
But that weight's also the momentum that keeps her moving forward. I don't want us doing anything that could sully the purity of Fiona's conscience.
All right, all right. Let's all take some deep breaths.
We're all friends here. Keep it civil.
I'm happy that you're so concerned for me. Thank you.
Well, I reckon things will work out one way or another. I mean, come on. You've got us on your side.
Yeah, you tell him, Lance.
No one wants to lose their mates. Just don't lose track of what matters, yeah?
Lan's having a rare moment of poignance.
I think we've more or less heard all we need.
Yeah, I think so too. It's time to get to work. Let's check out the loose threads we've uncovered.
We should investigate the supplies in the warehouse and the colony's battle record data. Is that right? I'll make sure everyone gives you their full cooperation.
We'll also try looking around for anything we might have missed.
If anything turns up, we'll be in touch.
If you're speeding through the quest, the only things you need are those first two.
Huh. Would you believe it?
We'll also try looking around for anything we might have missed. The supplies are stored in the warehouse. Nick will have them ready for you to look at. I've also let people know to give you access to our battle records. There's that shoe about in the barracks.
Huh. Would you believe it?
Yeah, Irma and I butt heads a lot, but it's not like we hate each other. It's more, when it comes to Fiona, we're both a bit inflexible, set in our thinking. Sometimes it's hard to know when to quit. I gotta keep an eye on her, make sure she doesn't get in over her head. Irma's a real tough nut, huh? Like uncrackable.
Anyway, you told us that.
Would you believe it?
Look at you being uncreative. He's skipping the dialogue ahead. Nothing to say about our mission. We can go and pop on over to Nico.
Hello, Nico. Welcome to Nico's warehouse. I'm Nico, and this is, well, not
My, exactly. But it's a warehouse, alright? Like around how you like. Thanks, won't be a minute. Nothing here really stands out. It's almost I'd expect from a colony with the rank their flame flag says they are. By the way, are you the one who does inventory management here?
No, I think it might be the consul. Nico only watches the warehouse. Nico, I should say, is me.
Why would a consul do that themselves? There is that. Also, according to what I read during that, rank is actually copper. That looks very gold to me, but I guess it can be seen as copper. Sure.
Frost, Sean, you said you'd come back, you liars.
Sorry to bother you. We were hoping to check out the old battle records.
Alright, Fifi said to expect you. Bear with me for a moment. Alright, I've transferred you the data. If you see anything interesting, let me know.
Thank you, we will. And finish up the Colony Mew investigation, which you can do at any rest spot, but do it at the canteen. It's right here. It would be weird if you like left to go somewhere else to discuss that information. You could, but why would you?
About that thing.
Okay, let's not mince words. Colony Mew is weird.
And this is why you can't make friends.
I've looked into their combat records. The past few years there have been no large-scale combat engagements involving Colony Mew. That in and of itself is understandable, but we can't do that investigation survey thing you thought up earlier, right? Back to the drawing board then. Perhaps, but what really caught my eye was the wastelessness, so to speak. There are any big wins or losses. Not only were there no large swings to the flame clock total, there were also no interruptions to the colony's supply chain over the long term. So, what's that proves that Fiona and the others are fending for well for themselves? I've got to say, it's not really the impression I got of this place at first glance. I've heard them chatting. They don't really seem to talk a whole lot of training and strategy. Think about the personnel turnover. It's all forgotten. They're so young now. Add to that the consul's extended periods of absence, ignoring for the sake of the insecure environment. The colony's military results couldn't really afford their stability. Come to think of it, didn't Fifi say their colony's rank stayed the same? Right, and the flame clock issue is out as well. I couldn't stop wondering what the point of the deception was. We said we thought it could be to fool enemies, but soldiers here aren't given information. It's not even being manipulated, just flat out not being supplied. Fiona and the others didn't seem bothered by it, but I think in the real world it won't do them any real favors. Right, the two sides actually Fiona and the others that are ready to fix. I don't know why I said it like that. What was it Taylor said? Something about not stressing all the time? Oh, back the snuff up. You're not saying people the console wanted to deceive. Was it the residents of Colony Mew all along? There's one more thing that bothers me. Looking at Fiona and the others. Didn't they remind you of someone? They don't believe in anything beyond what they can see in the moment. Still thinking that fighting is everything.
Like we did way back when? Right. So occupied with the reality button in front of them, they don't see anything beyond that horizon. In Colony Mew's case, they don't seem much interested in anything apart from that banner Fiona carries. Gee, that, as soon as it's about Fiona's, they get super passionate. You think they're being used? No, it's not a question of being used or otherwise. Imagine we're also only seeing what we want to see. So that's why Fiona was appointed commander, because she's useful for hiding whatever is inconvenient. Council had to go to such lengths to devise this, there can only be one reason. Council's betraying Colony Mew. The raid we interrupted must have been their doing as well. And we gotta tell Phoebe straight away. As Tanya said, Colony Mew is weird. And as I keep saying, also very sad. Why do you have to beat up Colony Mew all the time? Damn you, Monolith!
Oh no. What's going on?
It's like back at Colony 4.
Another Mobius messing with us. Crap!
Tallow? Hey, what's wrong with you?
Sorry about this, bud.
Tallow!
Don't worry, he'll be alright. But now... Mew's console. It was you, wasn't it?
Reality, right? It's just so dull. That's why nobody pays it any mind. They'd rather chase pretty dreams. You really should have just stayed dreaming.
Why would you do something like this?
When someone close to you gets hurt, you want to become stronger for them. That desire and sadness, they make for a quality flame.
Is that why you arranged the attack? Conspired with Keves, sacrificed all those lives?
Without some hardship, humans don't come together. It was just the same with you.
Cut the crap! How could you put Fiona through this?
I know perfectly well what I did. But Fiona, she never once gave up. She wouldn't let the dream be all there was. That purity of purpose. It lifted everybody up. The need to support one another. She taught me that as well.
Ah, well, ain't that nice? Learn this! Oh, what are you...
Don't hurt my friend! Even if she's bad, she's still my friend!
Fiona!
Fiona! Lance!
Stand up. You can do better than this. Please, get up. You'll do your best for the others, won't you? You'll do all that you can, and then some.
Stop it! I'll fight along with you if you want. I'll fight by your side against whatever it is that's making you sad, Irma. So please, stop calling it a dream.
Hey, don't disappoint me like that. You've already made your choice. You chose what you wanted to see, and freely. Just how heavy is that banner? How many lives do you carry? Please, stop. All of their hopes
together forever.
Crying about it won't change the truth. The fact is, your friends are dead, and I'm the one who killed them.
Chapter 5 of this game might be one of my favorite sections of any video game that I've ever played. Even the side quests just do so well. And again, poor Fiona. Why do you have to keep doing this to her? Part of the reason why I love Chapter 5, aside from just the story progression that we will soon enough see in more full, is, again, these side quests. The fact that, throughout the game to this point, Mobius has definitely been, they've been your traditional scheming evil bad guys. And you know what? That's fine. Scheming evil bad guys, it's cool. Sometimes it's fun to just have a very, very obviously evil... Of course, Mio died right as I pressed chain attack. Sometimes you can just have people who are very evil and very obviously evil, and it's fun. Whatever. But with this, it's different. Like, having them work at... Oh my god, I love this so much. Galactic Flight, I think... I forget exactly how this works. But, obviously it says... I believe it adds another chain to it. So it's not something you want to use in your first one. But, something that you will want to have. But, having some villains who, yes, I'm not gonna say that Irma isn't a villain. She very obviously is. There's no getting around that. But having a villain that can, who you feel something about, it's real. I love it. Probably not the best one to end off on, but whatever. Fiona is one of the better chain attack, one of the better chain attack heroes throughout, because she can grant you just another free use. Again, I believe it is just, it charges up by one extra stage, but it's not one that you really want to use first things first. Let's do that. As for the class, the Signifer class is what it is. It's one of the better, it's a very good buffing class. Oh my god, I'm realizing how very poor this group is. Yikes. I think Mio's my only person with break. The Signifer is a kind of, it's an almost overpowered class. It's super strong because of how good it is at buffing your allies. And you know what? I'm not gonna risk it. This has kind of been a real scuffed chain attack, anyways. So let's do max effort to grant a buff to. It is a full party buff, if I recall correctly. It might be a buff in area, is what I think it actually is. Let's take care of that. Get a little bit of extra healing. Do we have any healing on our extra arts on here? I don't think so. No. That's fine then. Yeah, it was scuffed from the moment we didn't have Mio. I pressed the chain attack button as soon as she died. So again, I forget exactly how Fiona's order works. I don't remember if it adds another chain to your active chain attack, or if it's refilling the gauge after the chain attack. It does make a very big difference. And let's just keep on... Oh, right, Uni's my only person who I don't have, I don't have arts cancel. Let's do another Spirit Raven followed by Eightfold Divide. Probably would have been a little bit better to switch to Uni because I believe it's Infinity Cannon is the name of her art. Also, let's probably focus on some of the smaller guys. It's extra damage against Mobius, which is not a very common thing to have. You don't usually have anything like... You don't fight Mobius too often, outside of Challenge Mode, I should say. Late game Challenge Mode, there is... I think it's mostly post-game stuff. You will have a lot of Mobius that you can end up fighting, but, you know, that's late game and Challenge Mode. Base game, you're not going to be fighting Mobius all too much. As I was saying before that chain attack, Chapter 5 gives you, I would say, the there's 2 Mobius characters that are, like, actually main story that are interesting. But excluding those, it gives you definitely the most interesting actual Mobius characters. Chapter 6 does have my favorite Mobius quest, but that's different. Okay, let's start off with Fiona right away, and then get Lands up a little bit. But Irma is a really good Mobius character. Like, yes, again, she is a villain. That's very undeniable. But the fact that, like, she seems to actually feel remorse about it. She seems to feel bad about the fact that she's betrayed Fiona. You know, we don't know what, you know, how Irma became Mobius. It's not something we know, and as much as I really wanted it, so when the DLC still hadn't come out, when it was still being announced, like, you expected there to be the story DLC. They did it for... Oh, never mind. They did it for 2. They eventually did it for Definitive Edition, which, not exactly the same thing, but close enough. So, you expected a story, and what I really wanted was something that kind of went into these other Mobius characters, because a lot of them are your nameless, faceless, very evil guys. And also, you'll have people like Yorin, who are actual characters. You'll have people like, you know, we've seen N a decent bit, right? I think he's been referred to by N. If not, whoops, it's a bit of a spoiler. But he's a major character, a major antagonist. The main antagonist of the game, who I'll go into problems about that at a later point. But you know, you have a lot of characters that, sure, they're interesting, but these side characters are the ones that are more interesting to me. Like, I want to know, how did Irma become this way? What brought her to the point where, you know, she became a Mobius? What brought her to the point where, you know, she felt like it, and, you know, how did it end up getting to the fact that, as it seems like everything in this entire game is going to make it worse for Fiona. And again, there's another one that we're going to be getting into soon. That's also a very interesting Mobius character, but I like Mobius as an antagonist group. I will say that, but a lot of the time it does feel like there could be more done with them. They're cool, but also a little bit disappointing at times. It's a weird case, but tangent aside, we're doing well on beating up Irma. And yes, she's Mobius Eye, but I'm going to keep calling her Irma. And I believe this should get us pretty easily into overkill. Not quite in the quadruple digits, but lots of punches there. I think we are going to be getting into overkill, but not by much. Yeah, get overkill. No extra bonus, just the base 200%.
Irma! You really shouldn't cry for me. Sorry. You were my friend. But I couldn't save you. Fiona. You'll always be my Irma.
And also, we gotta give props to the voice acting. I'll go over my usual voice actor spiel at a later point, but oh my god, Fiona! I just want to give Fiona a hug so bad. Again, I'm actually torn between Juniper or Fiona as my favorite. It's very close between them for different reasons, but Fiona, let's go and save your colony. You might have lost a friend along the way, but, well, sadly, I think you're used to the pain.
So this is where the flame clock was. How did we never see it before?
Look, I'm not great with words, but I wanted to say, I'm sure she was a complicated person too.
I'll never forgive what Irma did. I know I can never, ever forgive her. But if I'd never met her, I wouldn't be who I am today. She's taught me a lot as well.
Just promise you won't suffer alone, all right? If things get too much to bear, you can always talk to me.
Tallow.
If you need to grumble, or swear, or call someone names, I'm your man. I'll get rid of all your worries. You can count on this Turkin head, okay?
Same old Tallow.
She woke me up, you know. Irma did. Made me watch you. I couldn't move, but I followed every word you said.
Perhaps she didn't want you to be alone.
But then, why? Why do something like that? I'm supposed to be the Turkin head, not Irma.
I want to know about these Mobius people. I have to know what Irma was thinking. Will you let me fight by your side still?
No reason to say no.
You're already our friend, Fifi.
Don't ever forget how you're feeling right now. I think it'll keep you strong.
Yeah. I won't. Not ever.
Here we go!
And so that completes Transparent Dreams. Gets us proud banner, Fiona, the Signifer class.
Huh. Would you believe it?
Yeah, we'll just go into that real quick. Of course, Lanz, we saw, is the inheritor of the Signifer. So let's go into what the Signifer is all about, and that's buffing. Cheer up everyone who stores nearby allies' HP on using a art. It's not much, but it can be pretty nice to have. It's a very solid source of healing, and you can end up getting pretty quick buffs, or pretty quick art usage. I've got your backs extends buff duration. All about support, because the number of field arts that can be set to your palette, and we can do better, restores a little bit of HP when a buff is applied. The Signifer is all about buffs, and that's especially true when we come to the arts. We'll go over the two that you will basically rarely ever use. I can see these actually being used. Heal Harm is kind of the one out. But you'll basically always have these first two on there. Oriole is your main one. It's the main thing of the Signifer. Oriole applies one random buff to yourself. There is a big old selection of buffs, which hopefully I will remember to, if I can actually find it, I'll hopefully remember to put down, just like, put on screen a list of all the buffs that it can apply. There's a lot that it can do, and again, it just pulls one randomly from that. Resonant Flag is then the next part of the kit, where it'll grant all of the buffs that you have to all of your allies. So Signifer will get a bunch of buffs to itself before passing them on to anyone else nearby. Heal Harmony will do a little bit of regeneration as you go through. So again, a little bit of regen. It's a set field. It's probably the least interesting of your arts, but it can be pretty nice. Illuminate does extra damage dealt for each active buff in a forward AoE. Meanwhile, Spirited Charge is the same sort of deal, but it is a very, very quick art. So that can actually, Spirited Charge can work pretty well alongside Cheer Up Everyone. So something to keep in mind. And then Cry of Faith is your talent art. Will apply 2 random buffs to all of your allies. I believe it's always just 2, and the only upgrades lowers the recharge. The Signifer has the potential to completely shatter the game's balance, because of just having so many buffs up at the same time. Eventually you can get it to a point where you're basically, combined with some other classes, you can basically have it so that you're constantly buffing everyone, you're constantly healing people with those buffs, and it's very, very good class. It's pretty weak attack-wise. I was about to say, it's not the weakest attack-wise. I think it's boosted up a little bit by Lanz being the one holding it, but it still is a class that's really, really good and really, really fun. So it's a shame that I am not going to be using it for a little bit, because the next class is, oh boy, is it something. But that's something we'll take care of later, and next time we're gonna go out and take care of said other quests, and of course following us getting all of our heroes that we can for the time being, then we will go and start taking care of all of our colony business. But until then, see you guys later.